scorching. I'm super excited for it. With all the numbers that we've seen these players put on the scoreboard, it's been Frag City today for week 49. And I think every week that we go through, you're seeing more and more crazy plays that are being brought up to bat. And I don't think this semi-final, this best of one, is going to be any different at all, as.
No, I definitely agree. And I mean, we're already now on the agent selection. So just for everybody, again, it is Akella versus team name. So some really interesting rosters that we see. And of course, even agents as well. I mean, look at this. We already have Astra on the board as well. I mean, definitely an obvious pick, it seems like, with her being now legal in competition, of course. I'm definitely excited to see her in full flourishing as well. But I am kind of curious. I mean, now it is Haven. I mean, we have a bit of a standard setup, but we do have a breach and a little bit of a mix here from the attacker's side, but I mean, really nothing too out of the ordinary, but definitely, you know, it's got my interest. It's raising an eyebrow.
Speaking of interest, just like that previous comment there, yeah, just to clarify, it's going to come up on team name, not attack, the beat attack. As I was watching that matchup, I am paying attention. Wake up, Zarven, get in the game, cup of frag, and forgive me. Roast me in chat, let me know if I'm calling anything wrong. I know Laz will. I'm relying on all of you as well to do the same. Don't let me off. It might have been a few weeks, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, Laz. You hearing me? You hearing me?
Definitely do. And I mean, now things are going to be this best of one on Haven like we were talking about. Like we said before, I mean, this is now an opportunity. Again, this isn't a best of three, so I mean, this is a lot of pressure on the line, and this is to getting that ticket, the golden ticket to the grand finals. So a lot of pressure for both these teams now.
So much pressure, and as we get things going here, I'm super interested what this pistol round is to bring, and so important in that tactical 5 versus 5 in the world of Valorant. It gets that momentum swinging, gets you feeling good to start things off for a semi-final best of one. Everything needs to be on the line, or it's going to be GG, and you're out for this week. Either team, they don't want to be that one. Worked so hard to get here today, and do not want that freight train to end.
And already a lot of aggression coming into the C site. So now Stee actually going to get caught completely in the back, being going to be able to take him down. And look at this. They already get site possession so quickly. Only one player that was there. And now this is going to be a full retake situation. And look at this. All defending players. They're completely. 4 of them are grouped up. Now Shock Darts just landing left, right, and center. Just pushing these defenders back. And this is Brando just causing so much convulsion. But a lot of retaliation back already. But no, it will be the attackers to pull things through with a very interesting pistol round.
Yeah, that was a sturdy C push, wasn't it? And as they've got into sight there, all that utility use of Astra, we've talked about it and heard all the casters talking about it today. Astra in play is making such a damn difference. So much util, closing off those angles. C, no problem for first round and getting that into the mix-up already. What we're going to have for buys as well, super interested to see keeping it with the full send actually. Spectres all across the board. They're not even going for Stingers, lads. Stinger meta, it's gone. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, Stinger's no longer really the big picture right now, but Tectro trying to find a little bit of action so far, but will the Astra smoke that's going to be blocking things off here. Now the attackers, they've been able to get that orb, so that's really good possession for them. They're able to just retrieve it, builds up the orb, get that ultimate even closer and closer. So this is a lot of good control of the game so far. And right now, I mean, Stee already in window room, or in garage, sorry, just kind of posted up, but already down to 34. So really, not really a lot here from the defenders at this point. They're just going for the full gamble. They're having 4 of their players stacking towards A. This is a bit of a wrong play, but you know what? It could be the right play, because right now we can see Akella, they're actually creeping their way very slowly through these sewers.
Oh, a little duck there from Steve, just dodging out of the way of that recon dart, but the Garage flag's coming in as well. Not sure if he's aware of that. He's not going to be aware of that. It's a Tetra coming through the Spectre. Garage locked down, closing the door. He's all going to be on Apex here. Ghost in hand. He hears the spike going down. But what can he do?
Oh, that was so big. I mean, Brando, he was just a second or two later. I mean, Apex could have potentially found him, but no. Now only 2 players remaining, but maybe the Sova and the Astra remaining. Tyler and Randall, they're just completely stuck. They're by themselves. Randall just trying to make something out of nothing. But that's going to be the flawless round that comes in from Akella. Very swift, no pain really at all. And a nice execute. So, I mean, the money situation here, they have the funds, the defenders. Team name. I might call them TN just to make this not as confusing. But, I mean, TN, you know, they're going to be able to get the rifle fully purchased. So, of course, now still have the utility, a little bit of full armor with light armor, so a very good purchase, but a lot of pressure. We talk about this every single time. If they lose this round, this could really put them in the back for quite a few rounds.
It could, and you've got to be aware of that when you're going for that buy. They all are most certainly climbing their way to the semis, and it's no different to any other matchups. Could be must win for them. Interesting enough as well, no heals. No heals across all 10 players in the servers. So you still got no pain. Yeah, once you've taken that hit, you're going to be feeling that pain non-stop for the rest of the round there. No heals, and it's going to be absolutely brutal and punishing for this semi-final.
Alrighty, now Akella, they're actually grouping up. So instead of, just having a lurk inside the middle, they don't want their jet to be too far away. So instead, they're going to go for a full commit, run it back, and now be used from their Phoenix. Going to be able to scope out, get the intel, investigate a little bit, see what they can find. Scooby-Doo and the gang, can they find anything? But no, not going to be able to find a player, but they do get the sight. And now that's going to be the Sova very close by. That's Tyler. But he's going to get pushed back a little bit. Now this is a 5-on-5 retake situation. Phoenix from the Akella side, all the way in the back for the flank. Whereas right now, this is a big play here because he might be able to catch these players off guard.
Dude, look at this. This is massive. He doesn't have the walls we see all through, but he's going to have the intel. He's got the ears to get this one done. Running up the Spectre. He's on a mission, but his mission might be a success already with his teammates getting it done. Picks up the Phantom upgrades there for Akella. Off of that light buy, and little reminder, PSA, that was the full send. That was the full send from TN. So that's a bit of a problem.
Yeah, and that's kind of what we, I was just mentioning. I mean, when you go for this, that rifle round, I mean, this now puts them in back to the light pistol buy. So now their money situation, it's not the greatest, but I mean, at this moment, this is looking really good for Akella. They're getting a lot of control. They picked up free weapons, so now their bank is even building up more. 3-0. There's a good possibility they can bring things back, but I mean, never count out the Sheriffs. I mean, they definitely can make things a little bit more interesting, of course, but things are looking a little bit scary here for that defender side.
Super scary for the defender side. Just getting the engines revved up will be Akella. Seen any of the matches with them today. They've been a devastating force. The blades talk from Fiend, getting one blade to the face. Soup follow up for one. Has Steve got any more though with that Sheriff? Not at all. Brando with the shock dart. Hiya coming with another, and Frosty DK finishing up with the Astros. So put another one to the scoreboard. This is looking icky for the defenders. They're going to get the full buy-in again with the ebbs and flows of this game, the hills and the valleys. Can they get back in this game though? And that's a big mental fortitude question, isn't it, Laz? You're getting beat down like this so early on in the game. You're going to start to get a bit salty.
Things, this is kind of where the mentality really does kick in. I mean, it's 4-0. I mean, it is a big lead, but I mean, still lots of opportunity for TN to bring things back. But this is now adding more to that pressure, and now they have another rifle round, so they really need to pull this back so that they can make, a bit of a triumphant comeback. But if they don't pull this through again, this allows, the attackers to be a 6-0 lead, and so far it's already looking pretty good, but Tech gonna be able to actually find another, but Medusa able to find two more now, and all of a sudden it's completely turned the page, and it's all just down to Frosty by himself with the spike in hand, does have the Vandal out. This is good positioning, doesn't need to rush anything whatsoever, might be able to find both these players. This could be huge. Gets the one, but not able to get the second. Steve does get the rebound, and they do pull it through just barely.
Epic use there. If you haven't seen it before, you've seen it now. Cosmic Divide, the astral form coming through there from Reyna, also from Astra, I should say, from Frosty, the ZK, and almost making it work there. Is that going to be something, I asked though, that Tiana could be able to repeat time after time after time? It comes down to that one-on-one. It really is at 50-50. And the frags seem to be ever so strong right now with Akella. Look at those stats, Laz. Overwhelming.
A little overwhelming, and they even do have the Hunter's Fury, but now things are looking pretty good here for TN because they do have 5 ultimates, and especially with the agents that they have, they can do a lot of big plays here if they want. So they have a little bit of opportunity, but Ski's gonna need to win this frag, but he's just not able to. He's completely whiffing it, and now is Tyler gonna be able to save him for a little bit here longer? But now things are getting pushed back a little bit more from the attackers. They don't bring the spike towards B, but they definitely try to bring that attention. They've done a very good job. Their Cypher going to be able to push on through into this A site, just getting some intel now. Tyler using the drone, might be able to spot, now locates the hat, finds the white hat of the Cypher, so now they know exactly where this player is, but they haven't seen the spike yet, Kappa.
They haven't seen the spike yet, and that spike info could be crucial. Is it going to get done? It's going to get done for Brandon to get the spike down here. Just under heaven. Oh, that shock dart though. They've been peddling from Tyler. Apex got one more to get this done here. Has he got the info? Looks like he's got the info. That crosshair place is perfect, but does he trust his edge here?
Apex holding it down, just spots the shoulder of that Astra now, just jiggle peeking again, but actually doesn't even get it halfway, but it doesn't matter. He's going to be able to pull this through. Still lots of time, and Apex with the triple. Now bringing it back to another 1v1 situation to making it 2-4 here, Kappa.
Doesn't matter how you get it done, just get the job done. Indeed, a 3K there from the breach hands of Apex. Building up those ult points and building up the rounds at the same time here for TN. So let's just do some theory craft here, some narrative craft. Is this something that we have individual clutch potential from every player right now from TN? We definitely do. I'm going to argue on that one for a different point because, as we've seen, they've got themselves to the semi-finals. It's no chance of coincidence, the kind of talent that we're seeing here today for week 49. I think we might have a really good game in our hands here, and I'm excited to see as we get going. Apex has done his 3K. What other players on TN, what clutches do they have?
Right here.
Lots of money being spent here from the attacker side of Akella, and now Tyler going to hold things down. Has the operator able to get the easy frag? Going to be flying that Cypher right to the grave now. Get the advantage situation now. 2 ultimates here still available. Astra and Sova. They can use this. They can use the Cosmic Divide if they want. Especially when they go for the defuse, but they're going to wait things out. Brando going to be able to pick up another frag. They're pushing on through the site. Fiend trying to find something on top of the box. Waiting things out here. But there's a lot of players in this site, but this is a complete massacre. They run into a trap, and it's all Medusa to hold it, but now just Tech. But it will be Brando to pick up the triple. Cosmic Divide doesn't even matter. They pull things back and only 1 away.
I don't think it's the caster's curse, this guy. I think it's the caster's blessing, because that's enough for 3K. Another player stepping up to play. It's going to be Rado saying, yep, I'm here, I'm present. Put your hand up for the classroom check. And another 3K added to that list. Who's next? Who's going to be next for that one? Steve, step right up.
Still money here available. I mean, Akella, like we said, I mean, this is kind of the advantage, you know, for them with them winning 4 rounds in a row. I mean, now they're able to get quite a few gun rounds as much as possible. So they're able to still bring those Vandals and Phantoms to the board. And they're going to be playing things a little bit more slowly, but this is a good play here from TN. They have 2 players that are actually in towards a sewer. And that's going to be Apex. That actually does fall. So they lose their breach. They've already now lost a bunch of utility. That's very useful, very key on that defensive side.
I know exactly.
I had the right idea there. I definitely agree Les going for that one. The all-seeing eye, Cypher, getting the hat down, getting the intel in this 5 versus 4. That over P, that hyper aggression, getting punished a little. Looks like they could be rotating off of that though.
Even now, Tyler, if he's not too careful, but he's going to be able to find that frag. So able to pick up 1 now. Looking for a little bit more. Recon Bolt. Doesn't spot anybody, but now the attacker is switching up their game plan again. They have their Astra available too, so that's Rano. Still has the placements of everything to use, and you can see he's getting things set up now. Medusa going to be holding things off on this site. The only player that's close on by, but he spots the shoulder of one, but that's going to be Tech that's going to be able to find him now. So they're going to be able to get into the site. They can get it very quickly, but they're going to need to be quick because these defenders are coming in hot.
Oh man, are they ever? Rolling through B, stomping over those steel plates in the grounds. The ult coming through here. Hunter's Fury, see what it can do. Not going to be able to do much. Dying the plant for a little bit, getting a plant to heaven it will do. 4 versus 3 here. This is going to be a tough retake, lads.
A really tough situation, but Rano able to find it. Brando gets the Hunter's Fury. He's able to pick up 2 now. Can he make it the 3-piece? No. Going to be just leaving down to Tyler. The op in hand. Picks up another frag now. I believe that's 2 for him. But at this moment, he's just going to need to save this. This is a big investment. This is a lot of money on the board. He can try to see if he can find these players. If he can pick up 1 right away, he might be able to have time to go for it. But these players are playing very patient. But Frosty goes for the quick peek, and now Tyler realizes there's just no time at all. And Flya just going to be hanging back. Plays it right, and now we finally see Akella pick up a round after 3 in a row.
Tyler really nailing those shots with the operator. Love to see it, and gives you some hope for some later game action as well. Lots of picks have been happening, but the pickup is going to be for Akella there for that 5-3. And talking of kind of the way they're working that for the post plant there, little jiggle peek, you're like, what are you doing for us to the over peak? But you're right, just playing with time perfectly, and it was a calculated risk to get them into another round for this half here. And for an attacker's side here, or attacker start, should say, for Akella. 5 rounds ain't too shabby, and I don't think they're done yet.
Yeah, and we were talking about this game can be very close and right down to the wire, and this is kind of explaining why. Gravity well going to be used, so it actually does land. Doesn't cause too much of a problem here. Or no pulse, my apologies. But even way, the attacker is playing very slow. The Fly, he's able to pick up this frag. That's a very good frag because now a duelist has been depleted. He's able to dodge the bullet of Tyler. Not able to get the trade back. So Spike now back in possession for the attackers. They got a lot of mid control. Brando getting a lot of intel with that drone. The no-fly zone is now being able to capture the images they need. So Smoke's going to be blocking things off, but now they're going to be pushing into the site. Astra, it will be Rando to hold things down by himself. He's spraying through. Can he make it work? He's spamming away. He's able to finally land it. Spike goes down. Looking for a little bit more. Location completely revealed. That recon bullet has found both these players. Tyler, though, he's still coming in. He's putting the nails to the coffin. Rando now able to find another, and it's all just down to Frosty on the 1v2 situation. Both players are solo. Cosmic Divide comes in, but look at this timing. He's still able to find it, and now going to be able to use it into a very interesting situation. Look at this, just creeping through, but Rando, he finds the better of him, and now they pick up another round.
The Astra on Astra 1 versus 1. The Cosmic Divide coming in, and you got to know, there's another Astra like, oh no, my own ult's being used against me. Gets them 4 on the scoreboard, and that is going to be another clutch there for Rano. So, the story has not been written just yet. The erasing a bit of success there, and you're seeing some financial troubles on the side of the attackers for Akella. I think for the first time this half, lads.
Well, they still are able to get, the 4 rifles, which is a good thing. I mean, Brando's the only one that only has to go for the Stinger. But I mean, at this point, if they can, find the opportunity, open up to a site, they can pick up that rifle. But I mean, the fact that Tyler still has his operator, that's dangerous. That's been something that's been very impactful so far. We don't always see, a Sova with an op. But right now, it's definitely looking like it could be a new recipe. And things are already looking very chaotic in the sewers. Look at this, but Medusa able to find the head of now Frosty. So that's a good pickup, but location is completely giving away these players. They're pushing on through. Brando falls. That's going to be the spike dropped as well. So now a 3-on-2 situation. This is just mayhem here, Kappa. What is going on? Oh no, Showstopper 2?
Showstopper, not going to get the quads, not going to get the quadra, but that'll do. That'll do indeed. 5-5 to score, and I see, at any rate, this momentum that we're seeing here from TN, they could finish this half in the lead. I could see a 7-5 half, no problem. And especially, you got a Shiko coming in for the likes of Akella, but I'm asking you this, lads, have you seen Akella with a Sheriff? They're godly, they're god tier.
Never count them out. I mean, we always talk about, the Shiko buy and the light purchases. And I mean, this is going to be a big test. I mean, now the score's back 5-5. And a big kudos for TN. They're able to pull things back. Able to, kind of get the adjustments in the sails. And now they're just seeming to have good, smooth sailing. And this is now a different play that we're seeing here from the attacker side. A little bit more grouped up in middle. Alarm bot going to be triggering the Cypher. So push back a little bit. Astro utility going to be burned, and Steve still just playing close on by. Now going to go for this rotate back. But look at this control cup. This is a lot of information gained here for the attackers.
And that's been the problem all half. It's been all damn half. They are so persistent on doing those fakes. And then they get that map control off of it. And already, they've got the movement through mid. I think they're going through A-Link as well. So much trouble here. So much map control.
Oh, look at this. Frosty's still actually using a bunch of the stars, still making the placements, but Frosty does find him, takes down Apex, so now going to be able to reward it with a new weapon. 2 players have already been gone. That's one of the ultimates depleted as well from the defender side. Rano trying to make something work with the Sheriff. Getting completely bombarded with these players, and now Tyler by himself. This is just survival mode. He needs to stay alive. Down to 20 HP. Spots the hand, gets blind. Now he's going to have to make double frags, but he gets caught completely in a pinch, and now Frosty able to take him down. They get an op for the reward. That's a thrifty Cuppa. We were talking about that. That's a huge win for them, and now last round of this first half.
I was talking to 7-5, but I also gave that counterpoint just in case failsafe. The Sheriffs, watch out for Akella. And there it is, boom, headshot, boom, headshot. So much magic happening from them there. And that thrifty is going to put them in pole position to get this half. And I say that, look all that light armor. 4 players with light armor. They got the rifle buys, but light armor, that 25 extra. Oh man, that could be an issue.
Yeah, it definitely makes things a lot easier for the attackers. And you can already see Frosty actually has used a lot of the utility here from Astro. So really just causing a lot of problems here. But Tyler going to be able to get a little bit of reply back. Takes down the Sentinel. Some trades back and forth now. We're at a 3v4 situation. Still the advantage in terms of players going to be for the attackers. And now Fiend actually able to take down Rano. So that's a good pick up. The Spike now advancing itself into the C site. Tyler and Medusa, the last two players remaining. Oh, and that's a great look at that blast pack. Completely lands right on top of Brando.
And that blast pack, they've nerfed that. They've nerfed that age to the goal. It's not fantastic anymore. It's going to be the hands of Medusa, the multi-headed demon, continuing through here. Shucking those paint cans down long sea and saying, get off my property. This is mine.
Get out of my way.
Gonna be the Blade Storm now used here, Fiend. 10 HP and some knives. Might be able to catch the Stove off guard, but I don't know if he will just in time, but he might be able to get this flank. This is a good play. There's a lot of pressure here for him to make this work. Phoenix now gonna backpedal completely. This is such a strong position for Fiend. He might be able to catch the rotate off guard. Still lots of time for that spike to go all the way back. We see it. You can see he's got the knife out. No worries in the world. He knows that he should be able to have this pretty much for free. He needs to land this frag. So close. Look at this. They're pretty much just on the opposite side of the walls. Now hearing the spike. Fiend gonna hold it through. Gets it easy. That's a clean dish.
Super clean execution, executed. Medusa gonna have to be the one delivering that execution at this point. 2 versus 1. 3 duelists are all that remain in this server right now, but one duelist is looking a bit light on their loafers, a bit shaky. 45 HP, no armor. We spoke of that 25. The headshot's going to be delivered though for this 3k for Raze. Does Raze have the awareness? No! No, the blade's pulled from Fiend. What a Fiend. Coming in on the flank, delivering the blade to the dome. And 7-5 looking to send TN home. Akella taking that one on the attack.
Yeah, like we talked about, I mean, this is a best of one, so this isn't, you know, a couple more maps to go. I mean, here at VSS, you know, we talk about, you know, the BO3s in the grand final, so only one map to push themselves a ticket to the grand final, and right now, we're seeing Akella, they have the 2-round lead, and they had a very, you know, unique and good approach to their attacking side. They were able to pull it through, now switched over in the defense. I'm kind of curious to see how TN are going to be able to play this. And in my opinion, I definitely still think, you know, this map is still on the defensive side. But I mean, I'm kind of curious how these teams are going to react. You never know. Some teams always just seem to be, you know, stronger on one side than the other, just depending on the day.
That's exactly right, mate. And if you look at CS, Valorant, whatever esport you're looking at for those sort of, it's attacker sided, defender sided. It's really hard to put a brand on that for every single team with the different play styles that we're seeing. And Valorant's so spicy with the magic and the individual plays that are happening here. Oh my goodness, to talk about Astra doing a lot of disorientation there, the players going through Garage.
Even the Cypher going to be actually close it up. So it is Flya just playing behind tall box. But instead now the attackers here, they're going to actually pull back on this plan. They're not going to go for the commit. And that's a right plan because, I mean, that was a bit of a mousetrap. I mean, there was multiple players that were ready for them. And now the Sova from the defensive side, that's Brando. He's completely allowing them to have the site. So they're just going for the full retake situation, which is a lot different than what we saw before. Spike going to go down, but it's coming all to this post-plant situation. Tyler going to get caught with a shock dart, but misses that second one.
This is going to be the Battle of the Titans. 10 players remain, and you don't see that very often for the Spike down in this pistol round. No blood has been inflicted yet, or very little. Breach. Sova taking a bit of damage. That headshot's going to get done here for Medusa. Another one's going to come in. Oh my goodness, everything's happening all at once. There's one player remaining. It's all going to be in the hands of Apex. He better be peeking out. He's going to get this one with the classic. What is that?
What is going on? Apex, he's just able to jump over the molly, gets a double, and almost gets the triple. He was down to 10 HP. I mean, I thought it was over. You saw it. It was like right on his feet, and he just bunny hopped right over it. I don't even know.
How high can you jump? Pretty damn high, said Apex. That's the apex of a jump, if I don't say so myself. Setting records, the PB, not going to get the round in the bag for TN. Regardless of that, super ambitious effort there. That burst jump classic, spectacular attempts, no bueno. 8-5, and Akella. Once they get that first round, are they going to convert for the triple here, I wonder?
Time will tell. I mean, Tetra right now, top fragger, 18 and 8 with a Phoenix. And even now we can see we're getting TN. They're going to be able to push into the safe site. So once again, they're able to get the spike down very quickly, very easily. But it's all down to the post plant. That's where a lot of the impact's going to be here. They need to find the opportunity to get these trade frags and just take down the defense from being able to push in. The Astros are both still alive. Utility now getting played. We can see it. Stars are getting placed now. Gravity well going to be used as well as Nova Pulse, and now this is just looking completely like a big mayhem and a complete circus. And look at now, it's all down to Steve. Dagger out, trying to see what he can find, but that should be that. The spike's getting diffused, spraying away. But that's going to be a flawless round here for Akella.
The spray and pray from that Spectre in the hands of Steve, doing their best. Not going to cut it for this one. Double figures, 1 round away for the likes of Akella and the gang. Spectres across the board, the full armor send. They still got plenty of money in the bank, and that really spells success of how successful the past 2 rounds have been for them. The Shiko lying in the hands of TN. So big step up here is needed. A few one-taps away from getting themselves back into this game.
And it's hard to say what the right plan is. I mean, that's not a bad recipe. That's not the wrong thing to do. I mean, Steve, go for the wide swing, just frag out. Maybe that is what you need to do. Nice little Sheriff one tap. Slow down that aggression, and already finding up 2 more. Tyler and both Medusa able to make things work and able to get another. What? I feel like we've just been saying what all game. I mean, this is just unbelievable. The positioning is just unreal.
Anything you can do, I can do better. Said TN to the likes of Akella. We've seen your previous rounds, and we'll take the flawless. Yes, please. Sheriffs, no problem, Shiko, baby.
Well, that's a way to get things going. I mean, get a little bit of a rebound round back for them, and now, I mean, they don't have all the money in the world, but I mean, it's not looking like the worst thing. So they're going to go for a little bit of a lighter purchase and see what they can find. But very interesting setup now, and I mean, even the buy here from the defending side of Akella, it's a little mismatched.
It is mismatched. You've got the Bulldogs fill in where they can. They've gone for that full armor, but they've emptied their pockets. They've got nothing left. So if this one is going to be a doozy, not able to convert it, definitely this is going to put TN in that pole position to claw their way back into this game. Akella, though, I'm sure they've got other things to say. Checking backside is going to be crucial here. Medusa, back turn, Fiend takes that one, no problem.
With a push in, Fiend going for another chance at this, but a little bit of a cleanup now, leaving it all down to Ski by himself. A 1-on-3 situation. Full armor, has Vandal in hand. 2 Nanum Swarm grenades. So the drone going to be giving away his location. Lots of time though, so that's the one thing to note here. There's plenty of time for him to make something work, but going to get completely caught off guard with a recon bolt, and that's going to be a triple for Flya. Now they put themselves at double digits. Now the money situation, they have plenty for another gun round here, Kappa. But I'd like to see something a little bit more aggressive.
We need to, don't we? We did see that round, I believe it's on the defender side, when you started to get a bit more confidence coming out of the attackers there, or I should say for TN, where they were on their defense. And they did fantastic. They peaked short. They haven't really peaked since then, so I'm not too sure their confidence got a slap against the likes of Akella. But you say that, they did super well on that sort of thrifty flawless round there with the Sheriff previously. So they've got it in them. A matter of situationally, can they switch it on and off as necessary? Brando, go for that aggro peak, talk of aggression. This is the aggression that we need to see from TN.
Now pushing on through, so just outside of B. Defenders here now kind of waiting things out in both A-Link and C-Link. Gonna backpedal now, so they're not actually gonna try to go for this, so instead they're gonna advance that spike towards middle, but actually being a little bit more safe. Their Astra, Rano, gonna be getting the placements ready. Stars have now been used. But now this creates even more of a question mark here for Akella. They have lots of opportunity. I mean, they have 4 ultimates. They can use the run it back. They can try something with the Hunter's Fury. I mean, there's the world's their oyster right now, Kappa.
It definitely is. No worries at all in the world. 4 out of 5, yes and please for those ults. And it gets you that get out of jail free card that isn't offered anywhere else in that FPS world. Tyler, get the recon dart out, trying to get a bit of info, dodging that Hunter's Fury best as possible, but it's going to be deadly. Brando taking 2.
That's exactly what we were talking about, having that Hunter's Fury available for them, able to use it right at the best moment, especially with the spike going down. Rando, he's only able to find one, but Medusa, they go for a little bit of back and forth, but that's going to be that. And now Akella able to pick up their 11th round and a clean retake. That's a great retake from these guys. I mean, right there, I mean, they didn't really seem to have any errors. They had the trades, they were able to go for the right peaks, and Brando picking up a double, chef's kiss.
The chef's kiss indeed. Rated 10 out of 10 in the recipe book. And even more so, go for that next premium recipe if they get themselves onto match point. And seeing the previous trend here for the likes of Akella, they don't really look back from this point. They're not looking to have any difficulty, but I'm sure the likes of TN, we've seen some spicy plays. So a lot of 3Ks in that first half as well. Just need to see that reinvigorated as we get things going well into this second half here. Time's are ticking. The time is now.
Time is completely against the attacker side, so they need to find something now. They have their ultimates. They can use Cosmic Divide if they want. They can split up a site. Gonna be the smoke that's gonna be blocking things off. 3 players close on by into C, so they've completely abandoned this. Their Phoenix has so much intel towards long A, which is now creating a little bit more intel for them so they can put that pressure towards C and B rather than focusing at A. Now we can see everything's getting lined up. Players from the attacker side look like they want to push into this site.
I like what I'm seeing here
go ahead.
From Apex. So sorry, just to give you a calf there. Apex has really been doing a good job at just sort of holding off B, make sure no one's going on the rotation, at least through the site, and that's what we need to see a bit more. And again as well, so Steve picking up that pick as well. So these plays, playing that sort of more pucky style, might be able to catch them off guard here. They're going to do it.
Good push in now. Medusa going to be using the showstopper. And even Fly able to pick up a double now. So 2-2 situation. Spike's actually down. 30 seconds remaining here. Medusa creeping on through, trying to find one of these rotators, but Ski misses it, not able to pull things through. So now Medusa down to low HP, but it's going to be Flya with a quad, putting themselves at match point now. 1 round to go from putting the golden ticket to the grand finals. My goodness, Kappa, it's a long road ahead here for TN.
Oh yeah, you want to talk about Akella. They're lined up at the ticket booth. They're ready for choice plays to give them that stamp of approval. You're through to the finals, lads. You're through. That's what they're ready to see. And the likes of TN, they've got the bye though. So you want to talk about the best odds to get in this round? So if you're an odds man, well, the odds aren't high, but there is a chance we could see something here from TN.
A lot more pressure now. Even Fiend actually getting a little bit more aggressive. Has the op now. Attackers completely switching up their game plan. They're going to be pushing all the way through into this A site. They're really just not letting go of the gas. Cosmic Divide now going to be used, so that's going to be able to split things off. For anybody that doesn't know, it blocks off the sound, blocks off any firing shots. So this is a good way for them to get in the site. But look at this Fiend, able to find another one, and that's going to be the attacker Killjoy being used in addition to this.
He doesn't care. He doesn't care about the Cosmic Divide. Tyler trying his best to repel the opponents coming through the attacker's body. Knows they're coming from there. Oh no, the detain.
Oh, what? There's 3 players detained. Oh no, not like this.
That's real life. That's real life. That is happening.
Get it a little bit now, a little bit more composure. See, things are looking a little bit more bright here. Fly gonna be able to take down these nanoswarm nades, no problem. Getting the spike halfway defused, but now he's got 2 players to go. Almost finds the one. Can he get a second now? Ammo's depleted. The turret's in front of him, but it's gonna be Stee to keep them alive with a triple. The turret works out miraculously, being the big decoy they need. 7-12. They stay alive. They stem that bleeding a little bit longer. And even now, the money situation, it's a little shaky here on the defensive side, but still enough to pull through another big round.
That is massive. That is absolutely massive. Talk about the turret use being fantastic there. Fun fact about Killjoy, just to get to the next round. The alarm bot is actually the same boom bot as Raze. They're connected. Killjoy made that for Raze. And hopefully Killjoy can step up to the plate like the duelist as we get things going. Nice 3K there from Steve. We're going to see a heck of a lot more if they're to get themselves to 12 points though, lads.
And the one thing I'm really liking from Akella's side right now is the fact that they're always putting this pressure in sewer. They always seem to have somebody close by. Fiend actually just missing that shot, you could see, but that's a good amount of information as well. But gonna go back for another round of this. You know, not a one-trick pony, thinking, you know what, I'll just mix it up a little bit here. Try things out a little bit differently now, being able to lock things down long A. So this is push back those attackers again. So they don't have a lot of real estate right now. You can see they're completely stuck in the mud. They're kind of figuring out what is the best plan for us right now.
And future-wise even, we do have that Rolling Thunder. We've got the ultimate there from Breach. That's got to be the entry lights. That's the only option they've got at this point.
Careful.
The Rolling Thunder, using it to get into the site as an entry point, I definitely agree. Good way to start things off, and looks like the fault line might be used right here to see if they can push this back, and actually does make the connection. Fiend gonna get caught with it. Gonna be stuck. Look at this. He's completely in a rock and a hard place, but Medusa gonna be able to find his head, takes him down, the headhunter himself. Brando gonna be holding things off. This is looking good, but Fly able to find up another. This is just complete massacre again, but both players pushing on through. Brando spraying on through. Can he make it through? Look at the gun switch as well, but Tyler takes him with the Sheriff. A one-on-one situation, 19 HP remaining. Spike gonna be retrieved. Time is completely ticking here.
Tyler,
Frosty,
no.
what is going on? You need to go, but it's gonna be Frost to find him. Death from above, 13-7. Akella now move themselves to the grand final.
Grand final seat secured. You talk about a ticket punched. It's punched. And Frosty DK is going to be in the headline saying, yes, sir, please, sir, 3 bags full, sir. Get me through to that final. 37 final score there. What a matchup that was for a semi-final. And I'm sure the Akella guys, they're getting ready to get their game on for this best of 3.
Yeah, just absolute, phenomenal play. I mean, across the board. I mean, Fiend, with a 287 combat score. And I mean, everybody seemed to contribute really well. I mean, there wasn't anybody that was kind of like the anchor, let's call it. I mean, everybody did their job. I mean, the biggest thing that we noticed, though, is a lot of big clutch plays on that defensive side. Just locking things down, not really showing a lot of error, getting those trades. I mean, that was kind of the biggest thing that we noticed. And right there, we already see if Fiend does get the MVP for the match. Definitely makes sense. Like I said, 287. Just made a lot of impact, especially being a duelist as a Jet.
Let's focus on one main thing, a whole theme throughout the server though. Not one player is over 19 frags. You're even talking the top 2 with those super high combat scores of 265, 287. That speaks volumes, absolute volumes of the kind of talent here in the Valorant Sunday Showdown. So if you ever see this on your Twitch, you're like, oh, 2 teams playing, what's going on with VSS? They have earned their right to play here. And if you ever feel like, hey, I'm going to jump into the arena, you better be ready to step up your game. The finals will be on its way to you for this best of 3. And oh man, things are just getting started here, lads.
Yeah, they really are. And I mean, Kella, the way that they played, I mean, I'm definitely a little bit nervous for the next opponents, which I think we're still just waiting to hear who that will be. But I mean, the fact that, they took down TN, I mean, TN definitely brought up some big rounds, made it very interesting and a very close game in terms of the score line. But I mean, they will be packing their bags here on this Sunday. But again, a big congratulations to them for making it this far. Definitely a big accomplishment.
And hopefully seeing them next Sunday in the run-in and gunning for the championship here for Valorant Sunday Showdown on week 49. 49 weeks of persistent Valorant players trying to get themselves to that high tier and work their way through all of their opponents. Again, who will that opponent be? Stick with us and we'll get that to you. In the meantime, though, I think head to a little break and we'll catch you when we've got the matchup nice and ready for the week 49 Valorant Sunday Showdown Grand Final.